Hello my lovelies, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm here to talk a book that I have been reading since like last May, and that is The Queer Girl Is Going to Be Okay by Dal Walls. This was one that I was on the Hear Our Voices book tour for, and I was talking about some of my favourite quotes earlier on. So I think after I had got my quotes done and I'd read a chunk for that, other books just kept getting like pushed to the top and it kept slipping, but it's at no fault of the book itself because, as you will see, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So let's get into the synopsis. Queer love, something Dawn wants desperately but does not have. But maybe if she can capture it, film it, interview people will have it, queer love will be hers someday. Or at least she'll have made a documentary all about it. A documentary that will hopefully win Dawn a scholarship to a prestigious film and media school. Many obstacles stand in the way of completing her film, but her best friends Eddie and Georgia are there to help her reach her goal, no matter what it takes. It's described as a touching and joyous story of queer friendship and girlhood set in the vibrant city of Houston. It will make you laugh, it will make you cry, and it will make you believe that eventually everything will be okay. And it's so true. That encapsulates it beautifully. So my thoughts, I ended up giving this a 5 out of 5 stars all in all. Initially, it actually reminded me of The Girls by Emma Cline in the early parts of it, and I think it had to do with like it being talking about hot summer days and it being centered in Texas and Houston, so that was at the forefront of my mind, you know, especially when they were talking about the desire to fall in love and expectations of future and just girlhood in general. The atmosphere itself was fantastic, and it just lended itself to build up this anticipation for really getting into our main character's headspace. It graduated from just being a story about girlhood and hot summer days quite quickly. We got this gorgeous story, coming of age, searching for true love in our main characters' rather young lives and finding, you know, their found family, acceptance in your friendships and within yourself, which was such an important aspect of growing up, especially growing up queer. It had a beautiful, rare and honest insight into growing up as part of the LGBT plus community. So many examples of what it means to be part of such a community and how that can look drastically different from person to person. I thoroughly loved how Dawn explored that through her documentary making. We also explored difficult relationships, particularly within children-parents relationship and diverse homes and what people would typically class as broken homes, I suppose. But it just almost felt like a much more grown-up version, or a more in-depth conversation on a lot of the themes that I read in Jacqueline Wilson books, which I also really enjoyed. Now, don't get me wrong, the themes are super hard-hitting, with topics including internalized homophobia, religious bigotry in denying a child's identity when they are coming out to you and trying to share their truth, dealing through dementia and losing a parent as you knew them through dementia, as well as losing a parent physically through their passing away. Being a young carer, inappropriate relationships with someone that's, you know, is coming into your field of trust slowly, to a minor. There was a lot, and I feel like these topics were handled with the utmost care and really added to the tale and just the identity of the characters in terms of, it didn't define them, but going through the motions of working this out and thinking, okay, how do I handle this? Who do I need to speak to? You know, what do my friends say about this matter? Was such an engaging and thought-provoking narrative to follow, I feel. It just felt honest and as genuine as possible without sugarcoating a lot of stuff, you know? On the topic of romance and love, I honestly feel like the friendship between the three girls was romantic in itself. Just the love they shared for each other was so inspiring and beautiful. It was the type of friendship where they loved hard and with their whole selves, and that was just so it was just so beautiful to see and to read about. They, you know, eventually told each other exactly what they needed to hear in the moment, you know, after maybe like placating them and being like, oh yeah, like after a breakup, for example, but they always got back to them and be like, no, actually you was in the wrong and here's why. And it was kind of like what they needed to hear and when, but they always eventually spoke with their heart, and that was so good to see, because I feel like it in so many people's lives, you do kind of want to people please and just leave it at that. So it was really beautiful, and it showed us a strength of character, I think, for these conversations to be brought up again and not just kind of swept under the carpet when dealing with difficult conversations between friends. As I say, it did take me a long time to get to this, just for various reasons with my reading and scheduling and things of that nature, but it was worth every moment. Every time I picked it up, I was captivated and I wanted to know what was happening next. And as you can see from my 5-star rating, I absolutely adored it and will definitely be keeping an eye out for any other works that this author comes out with. I just want to say a big thank you to author Dal Walls and Hear Our Voices for sending me a digital copy, for taking part in this book tour last year, I want to say. Really appreciate it, really enjoyed the novel, and I look forward to seeing more of what Dal Walls has to offer. With that, I shall leave you for the rest of your day. Have a great one. Thank you so much for watching. I shall catch you in another video soon. Bye.